Julia with Artsy Solutions, and I just wanted to show you the new digital that I have on my Etsy shop, the Multimedia Crafts Digital Etsy shop. And this one is called Guys Days, and basically it's like a male themed junk journal kit, and it has 12 pages. 6 of them are vertical in print, and then the other 6 are like horizontal, so you can use them as like backdrop pages, and you can use them as just like journals, or use them in your scrapbooks, different things like that. And some of the parts of this kit were from my drawings, and here's a sketch of what some of them were, and then I'll show you what I turned them into. So I used like glasses, hats, the pipe, different things like that, and then this 2 guys or whatever. So here's the first one, and it just has like you know the browns and beige and those colors like that with numbers and stuff. And then here's the second one, and then you can see some of the hats that I use as a pattern. I created a pattern with it, and then if you look closely you can see the images of one of the guys that I transferred him into, and just added some background things on there. And then here's the second one, and then there's the pipe, and then the mustache. And I use them in various, just various elements within here. And then here's one of the other guys, you can see. And then the necktie, and then like I said, I just added some other little elements and things like that in there. And then we have that, we have the hat, and then other little things, mustache, and then we have him standing straight. And the reason why I'm showing you this is just showing you that this is actual original drawing, which I mean obviously you can probably tell just from looking at it, but yeah, it's just something I wanted to do. And some of this backdrop back here where it says time, this is actually from a physical scrapbook page that I had made with of my grandfather. And so here's another one. It has like that dark, mysterious kind of look, almost like a Sherlock Holmes kind of theme, but it's geared, it has like more African American type stuff because I don't really see a whole lot of it, and I just wanted to have something like male junk journal with like African American theme, so I decided I'd just create my own. And then we have this one, and I love those jalopies. And then we have 3 just plain solid papers. This one is more of like a blue hue, and this has like a grayish color hue. And then we just have our beige, vintage, blotted out kind of thing. So there's 12 pages, like I said. Now I'm going to show you what I made with this and how I made it. Okay, so this is what I made. This is what it turned out into. So I just added this little mechanism. It's a little wooden die cut. And then here's one of the pages. And some of the stuff in here I used, I did some embossing, but I didn't use an embossing machine. I actually just put like this down and then went across it, and I'll show you the techniques a little further on into the video. But this is what it looks like. There's a whole lot of stamping and ink sprays and things like that. So this is a little tuck spot here, and this is a tuck spot, and I just added on some Tim Holtz pieces, and these little wooden chip pieces, mechanism, and like this right here, this came from the Trinket Parlor on Facebook, and then I'll have a link in the description where you can find some of these little things. But the rest of it, most of the rest of the stuff in here comes from the Guys Days digital kit. And then I just added some stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then, no, that's not a tuck spot. We have this here, and this comes out. Here's a tuck spot. And I think this is also a little tuck spot right here. And you just have like a little booklet. And I just used some of the words from Tim Holtz booklet. And let's see. And here's some of that embossing that I was telling you about that I used. The word mechanism, I used this right here is what I used to emboss this right here. And like I said, I'll show you the technique within. And then just the same way with the light bulb with the ideas. That's the same one. I embossed it using this right here. And then I just added some stickers and fussy cut this out and added some glossy accents. And then this is a tuck spot. And just added a little sticker, coffee dyed paper. This is part of an envelope. Actually, it's an envelope freebie that's on my blog on Multimedia Crafts Digital. And then here's a little pocket right here. Let me set this down. And then this is a pocket. So there's a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket here, and a pocket here. So we've got 4 pockets. I'm just going to set this down in there. And then we've got this. Just added some stickers on here. Some more stickers. This is a pocket. I just used some of the pages that were left over from the kit. I just cut them and glued them on there. And then this is coffee dyed paper. And here's another fussy cut item from one of the papers. And then this goes in here. This was gifted to me. So I did a little stitching here. I stitched on this little tab. And then here's one of the pages from the book. And then I used a Tim Holtz stamp, the Professor 2. And then there's part of that stitched on tab. I just did some, not embossing, but stenciling, and did some stamping throughout. And then this is a tuck spot here. I just fussy cut out the hat. And then this is coffee dyed paper. Another sticker, and then another one of the pages. I didn't want to put too much stuff in here because I wanted to leave some journaling space. And then did some more stenciling and stamping. And this is a tuck spot. And I just did some more stenciling. And that's not a text spot, that's just journaling space. And then this right here opens up. And then you have notes. That's like a little notepad. Write some stuff on there. And this is a tuck spot right here. And I just fussy cut that out and then added this little Tim Holtz sticker on there. Did a little bit of stitching around the edges. Fussy cut these 3 images out. These came from the papers, the Guys Day paper kit. And then here's some more stenciling and some more stitching, and another one of the little Tim Holtz things. And then I fussy cut the glasses out and added some glossy accents to it. And let's see, is this a tuck? No. Here's just some scrap paper that I glued on there. There's some more stenciling. This stencil right here came from, it's from KRolinaGibson on Etsy. She also has a YouTube channel. KRGibson art. I think that's what it is. And then I just add this little sticker. And then here's one of the other pages. And we've got some coffee dye paper, some more stamping and stenciling, and then another one of the pages. And then this is a tuck spot right here. It's just leftover paper that I glued on. And this is leftover paper, and this is a pocket right here, a tuck spot. And you have some more stamping, stenciling, and more stenciling. And then there's a sticker, and then this is part of that same freebie envelope. And I just kind of, when I put this on here, and then here's another envelope too that I just added. When I had stitched this in here, I meant to have it turned going the other way to where when you insert something you can get it in there better. So I decided just to tear some of that off and distress it, and that way you can get in there better. And then this is supposed to be like a locket, but I'm not sure if you can tell what it is, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's like a little locket. So then this turns, and then like I said, you've got this little envelope that comes with it. And then I just fussy cut out that this was part of the paper line, the Guys Days. And I just fussy cut out that bike and added it on there. And then here's some leftover scrap paper that I glued on. And then some more scrap paper, and this is, I made this into a little pocket. And then this is also some leftovers from the Guys Day kit. And then we've got our, this right here, this was a stencil. It wasn't an actual stencil. It actually, I've got that over here. It's this right here that I had used, and I had took a little piece of it and sprayed some spray on there to get that stencil look. And then we've got this, just a little sticker, just some cut up paper. And then there's a little tuck spot right here. And some more stenciling and stamping, and that's pretty much it. So let me show you how I made it. Okay, so I'm going to make like a little mini journal, and I went on ahead and I cut around the edges of some of the papers that I'm going to use. And I might print this out twice and do something with those goggles and the truck. We'll see. And then we've got our plain papers. And everything is going to get distressed. Basically, I'm going to fold each one of these over. And I'm going to do some, I'm going to stress the edges with some brown distress oxide ink. But I'm also going to take the white papers, and I'm going to use some stenciling and maybe embossing. Now, let me just see. I'm going to go ahead and distress this little piece right quick. And what I'm going to show you as far as the embossing, I have never tried it before. Usually, of course, you know, if you have an embossing machine, you can just go ahead and rub something over top, run it through your die machine. But I've got some gears and different little things. These are wooden, and I don't want to mess them up, but I do like the print that's on them. So, like I said, I've never done it before, but I'm just going to lay this over top, and I'm going to get like a, you can use, if you have a bone folder or something to run flat across it. Let me see. So I'm just lining it up where I wanted it, and I'm just going to see if I can get an imprint. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm certainly going to try. It's starting to come through. That way, if you don't have an embossing machine or an embossing folder or whatever, you can just simply take something that has texture, that's thick, that's going to leave like an imprint, put a piece of paper over top of it, and then try to get that image from it. But just be really careful because you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to mess up the image that you're tracing over or embossing from. So it picked up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. And so what I'm going to do is just going to take the ink pad and kind of go over top of the image a little bit to make it pop a little. I'm going to take my brown and see if I can bring it out even more. Then I'm going to need another color. Let me just take my fingers and kind of go over the embossed edges to make it stand out a little. But you can see the image a little bit, and I might tweak it some. But that's what I'm going to do to all of these on the white pages. And like I said, I'm going to do some stenciling. What I'm going to do is, I just got me a towel, and I'm going to use the same image to stencil with. And I'm just going to take some spray and ever so gently just kind of spray a little bit over top of that so it picks up the gears. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see, how did I have that? I think I had it going this way, didn't I? I don't want to mess up the image completely, so let me turn this around like that. I want to add just enough, not a whole lot, but like right on the edge, to where it kind of picks up. You can see the outlining or the shape of the cog, the gears or cogs, whatever you want to call those. And I have a few other shapes that I think that I'm going to play with. The good thing with this wood is you can color it and paint over it over and over again. And I'm going to add texture to some of them. But I want to use, oh gosh, I love these. I got this off of Facebook. I have to have, when I find out the name of it, it's some type of trinket. What's the name of it? The Trinket Parlor. I think that's what it's called. That's where I got this from. So, like I said, I'll have a link in the description of where I got it. And then you can, if you're interested in stuff like that, you can join that Facebook group, and they sell different things. So first I'm going to emboss this, and then I'm going to distress it. So let me remove this for a second. I'm just going to do one at a time and place it approximately where I'd like to have it at. Let me try to emboss. Like I said, you just want to be careful because you don't want to break it. You don't want to break the thing up underneath that you're embossing. Okay, so I got that one. Then what did I? Yeah, this mechanism. Now I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but we're going to see. Mechanism. I'm going to try. Let's see if it picks up some. It picked up a little, not a whole lot, but I can see the light bulb a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the mechanism over top of where is this where yeah, I think this is where I had it at. There. And then ideas. I might have to put this one there first. Ideas. I'm gonna have to cover that up too. I'm gonna put this here, we'll put this here. And then we're gonna cover up the area that we don't want the ink to get on. I'm just going to spritz just a little bit. That's all I need. Yeah. And then I'm going to do the same thing with mechanism. So I can cover up ideas. I love that. And then I can come back through and add some other colors or something. Okay, so I'm going to cut out, I'm going to fussy cut out these scissors, this pipe, these glasses, the man, the hat, the locket, and these little elements right here. And then we're going to idle them up. Okay, so now that those are all fussy cut out, I'm just taking a marker, a dark marker. Oops. And I'm just going to go around the edge to highlight it. I'm going to do each one of them like that. And then I'm just going to add it to some black cardstock to make it a little bit thicker. And then I'll cut those out, and we're going to start the process of making our embellishments for the journal. I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. And I like this frame in here, but when I cut out the pipe, it took a piece away, but that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here. I think I'm going to paste it on. And then I'm going to cut it out. I want to make sure that it's on good and sturdy. To the side and the bottom where they meet. And just glue it on there. Must have been something on here, I don't know, but it's fine because I have to cut it out anyway. So now I can cut this frame out and it'll still be one unit. just to make sure it kind of stands out some. Then I'm just going to come back through, and on some of these I'm going to take an ink pen, just a ballpoint pen. It can be black or blue, whichever you want. And then I'm just going to kind of highlight the face. Okay, so I've got everything cut out now. So some of these I'm probably going to add some texture to, like the frame, and I'm probably going to add some glossy accents to this, whatever this is called, like a lamp. It's not really a lamp, it's like a, I forgot what those are called. Anyway, we'll leave the scissors as is, the books as is. So definitely, we'll leave the pipe as is. I want to add some gold to this because it's supposed to be kind of like a locket, but it kind of looks like a pocketbook. But we're going to change that and make it look like a locket. And then these glasses, / goggles, whatever you want to call them. We're going to add some glossy accents to that. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And we're just going to let that dry. We're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to get some gold paint, and we're going to add some of it to this locket. Okay, and I'm just going to take a paper clip, and well, I can just leave that hanging down. Use it as a brush. Let me just slide this over a little bit. And I've got some of this brilliant gold mica that I'm going to use. Shake it up real well. And I'm just going to add little bits on here. Not a whole lot, just enough to kind of make this look gold. Let me zoom in so you can see where I'm putting it at. Alright, so I'm just going to dip. I'm dipping my paper clip down in here. And I'm just going to let little beads of gold fall on here. That way I can kind of control where it's going. And we're going to add the closure. Okay, and then similar to how I did the mechanical, the gears and things, I'm just going to add just a little bit of glue. Oh, might help if I take this off. And then I'm just going to add some embossing powders. And it's only going to be just like in the edges. This time I'm going to use some blue sapphire. Okay, so with this one right here, I took a little bit of black soot distress oxide ink, and I kind of went back over it where I had embossed. And the good thing about this is it popped up, the embossing showed up on both sides of the paper. And so I just took some black ink and just kind of went around that too, just to kind of make it have like a subtle, visible image on there. And I also took a little bit of the speckled egg blue and also went over it too along with the black. So I'm just going to take some more of these pages, and I'm going to be doing some stamping and stenciling on the insides of them. And so I'm just going to randomly, I'm just use some regular stencils on some of them. Now these I got from KRolinaGibson on Etsy. Oh, that Etsy on Etsy. It's KRolinaGibson Art. I've gotten these from her, and I'm going to use some. I use these numbers, and I'm just going to simply spray. I'll use some of this brown, and I'm just going to barely get some on there. I think I'll do this side as well. Okay. And then I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to add, I think I'll spray on some of these cogs. And these cogs I got from PM Artist Studio on Etsy. I think I'll do yellow. And then I might come back through with blue. Yeah, I think I'll come back through with some blue. Okay, and then I'm going to take the leftover ink that's on here, and I'm going to add it to right here in the center. I'm just going to take a rag, and I'm just going to dab it. And I like that, it picked up the image, so I'm not wasting ink, you know. And then I'm going to, let's see, I have another set of gears that I'm going to add to it. I think I'll use just a little hint of red and make sure it's flat on here. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to add this on here and press it down with a rag. And then this has some leftovers on it, so I'm just going to grab some of that on here as well. That's the fun thing about digitals that are kind of blank, is you can still use them as your canvas and then just build on them. I like that. And I also like how it bleeds through when you're using those inks. use this. With this being blue, I think I might stick to blue. I think I'll use this honeycomb. Over and take some of that leftover honeycomb and put it on there. Okay. And so now we're going to remove the stencils. Actually, I have one more I need to do stencils, use stencils on. Yeah, because these are already, I already have something on them. So, let's see. We'll use these two. I think I'll use a little bit of yellow. And then I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to use blue. And then the remaining leftover, I'm just going to wipe it on there. So we aren't wasting anything. And then I'm going to do some stamping, but I'm going to use some oxide inks. Okay, so now we're going to take some inks and I'm just going to randomly put some of this on here. Let me just catch some of it underneath. Alright, so we'll set that to the side. And then we're going to get another stamp. And I'm absolutely a Tim Holtz fan. So, you know I'm going to use some of these. So let me get my block. And if there's leftover ink on the stamp, I'll just put it on some of these other pages. I'm not going to put a whole lot on these, on each one of these. I'm just going to kind of have just enough to like have a background, you know. Because we want this to have like a steampunkish kind of look to it. And he can be on here faintly, so that, you know, I think I'll put him here. And make sure I have it turned correctly. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good fit with him with the goggles. So. We've got this hip stamp hooray. It's got the map on it. We'll add a little bit here and there. Okay, so we're all set, and then now I'm just going to take some brown distress oxide and I'm just going to go around the creases and around the edges on each one of these. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some scrap fabrics and some papers and some of the leftover bits and scraps, and I'm going to make some ephemera, like some side pockets and tuck spots and belly bands and things like that. this is pretty much it. And I'm just going to do like a little flip through really quickly. We tuck something in here. And then here's a little pocket. Tuck something down in here, and here, and here. Got you some more journaling space. This opens up. We got you some notes right here. And more journaling space. Pocket here. Tuck spot. And this is a pocket as well. I think I need to do something with that though. I think I'm gonna cut down into it freestyle. And leave it kind of grungy. Just let it kind of hang down. And then this is pretty much it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos and my blog and my social media sites. And as always, I thank you guys so much for watching.